What is up, Leo? How are you guys doing? It is time for your May 2025 bonus reading. So what I'm doing when I do bonus readings is I'm looking for details, situations, scenarios that were missed, skipped over, or just for whatever reason did not make it into the first round of monthly readings. So, for those of you who are in need of a personal reading, just check the description of this video, and that's where you'll find everything you need to know as far as how to go about doing that. For those of you who missed the memo, we have added some more of our handmade crystal jewelry to my website as well. Make sure you check that out. Most of it's handmade by my wife and my daughter, some of it by me. And for those of you catching this on time, because this is being recorded in the month of April, got about a week. And my course on the steps to true healing is going bye-bye. I personally feel like that's a pretty important course. That's the reason why I'm pretty sure that's the cheapest course that I have, I think. But yeah, I don't know when I'm going to be able to break that back out next. So the link is in the description. Again, May 1st, it's going to be replaced with another course. I think a lot of you are going to like the next one. I think. But anyway, all right, let's jump into this. I want to start this off with general messages. General messages. So, career, finance, friends, family, anything but romance. What are the general messages for Leo universe? General messages. Ba-boom. Woo! Ace of Cups. Remember, this is not romance. So, hang on a second. Ace of Wands reversed. Page of Pentacles reversed. All right. Okay. So, for those of you who are taking action to somehow change your financial situation, I'm seeing a lot of start and stop. You know, it looks like things are moving forward and then it just seems like they're not. If you applied at a specific job, you might get communication, like a call or something like that. But other than that, it doesn't really look like you're starting that job. Thank you, Jason, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. Now, those of you starting a business or whatever, I'm seeing some start and stop and start and stop. And, you know, one day things are looking good, the next day they're not. Now, some of you, there's somebody around you that you can't trust. Somebody. I don't know if you have a business partner or maybe somebody at the workplace for some of you, but there is somebody around you, 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords, that doesn't have your best interest at heart and would absolutely sabotage you if given the opportunity. I don't really feel like you have anything to worry about as far as that actually happening. But maybe the reason this message is coming through is because some of you may suspect that this person may be a little on the shady side. If that resonates with you, both cards came out. 7 of Swords and 5 of Swords. So, but like I said, right now, it doesn't really look like you have anything to worry about as far as that actually happening. And it looks kind of like a frustrating month. Start and stop, start and stop, start and stop. Maybe for some of you, your business is start and stop and start and stop. You know, I know I got some business owners that watch me, entrepreneurs, and it may be like sales start looking like they're coming in and then it stops. And then they start looking like they're coming in and then it stops. So you can't tell, God damn, is this starting or stopping? What's going on here, Let's get some general advice for Leo. General advice. Magician. Monitor your vibration. Monitor your frequency. Look, it's never been more important than it is now to monitor your frequency. The times that we're in now. You got to catch those damn thoughts, dude. When you catch yourself having one of those thoughts that is counterproductive, that if that thought were to manifest, you wouldn't want it to manifest, would you? Think about that. Think about it that way. If this thought that's running through my mind right now was able to actually manifest into reality, would I want that to happen? No, you wouldn't. You got to catch it. And you got to fight against that thought. And it can be annoying. It's not a fun process. It feels stupid. It feels like you're wasting your time. This isn't working. What am I doing? Do it anyway. Do it anyway. Force the thought that you would want to manifest into your reality. Force it. And it's uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable. But whenever you find yourself laying around freaking out, like, oh my God, is my business going to crash? Are my clients going to start dwindling away? No, I am abundant. I am abundant. I'm successful. I'm abundant. I'm successful. I'm abundant. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and fight against those thoughts. Monitor your frequency, because your reality is responding to you and your thoughts, whether you realize it or not. But I'm thinking a lot of you really are in that manifestation mode, and the matrix is responding to you faster than you think. So monitor those thoughts, monitor those feelings, monitor your vibration, especially in these times right now. Okay? All right, let's move on to the love portion. I want to see what's going on between Leo and the new person. Newest person who just came into Leo's life. How's it looking? If you're not dealing with or inquiring about a new person you just recently connected with, this is not for you. How are things looking in May 2025 between Leo and the new person? How are things looking? All right, two more. Knight of Pentacles, okay. King of Swords reversed. 9 of Wands. Somebody here has their guard up. Somebody here got their guard up. Is that you? You got your guard up a little bit? Something makes you nervous about this person. Something makes you nervous. Maybe for some of you, things are moving forward a little too slow with the Knight of Pentacles here. You're having a hard time telling if this person is really passionate about this or if they're just playing mind games with you. So this kind of feels like these energies could go both ways, but I'm not going to lie. This kind of feels like your energy. It really does. Because this is right next to the Leo card in the reverse. That's why I feel like it's your energy. Oh, you got one foot out the door, about to walk away from this. Oh, Tower. You're at least preparing for a worst case scenario. And man, when these two cards come out back to back like that, it's looking like if things don't change, this is probably what's going to happen. because something just feels very off. Well, okay, some of you dealing with a fellow Leo, but like I said, I feel like that's your energy. I also have Sagittarius and Aquarius here. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. Well, now the moment of truth. Let's see their true feelings, energies, and intentions. New person Leo is dealing with. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Ooh, 3 of Cups. You might be onto something here. 2 more. Boom. Fool card reversed. Tower reversed. Okay. Yup. Okay. All right. So, I'm not seeing anything here indicating that this person is being dishonest, deceitful, manipulative. I'm not seeing them actually playing games with you, but you know what I am seeing? I'm seeing this person very, very tightly, energetically tied to their ex. Very tightly. Very tightly. But at the end of the day, they're ready to find their divine life partner and settle down. They really are. But I mean, I don't think they're fully aware of how destructive it is to try to settle down with somebody while another person still lives in your head like that. You know? I think they mean well by it, but whoever their ex is, that person's energy is all over their fucking aura. So that's what I think you're picking up on. So yeah, something's off, but it's not quite as bad as you think. Now remember, when I give intentions, first of all, that does not mean, if somebody has good intentions, that does not mean that they're always going to be doing good things. And also, letting you know their intentions is not meant to excuse shitty behavior by default. I give you their intentions so that you can decide whether or not you want to excuse shitty behavior. You know? Because, like, there's some things that if I know your intentions, I'll let it slide. You know? Okay, well, I know your intentions behind it. That wasn't fucking cool, but I know your intentions, so I'll let it slide. There's other things where it's like, nah, fuck your intentions. You crossed the line. Fuck your intentions. I don't care how you meant it. You crossed the fucking line. So where you draw that line is different for everyone. So I give you their intentions so you can decide where you're going to draw that line. At the deepest level, this person does mean well. They are ready to settle down. But what they're hiding from you is that their ex still lives in their head rent-free. Let's get the advice on this. What's the advice for Leo and the new person? Advice for Leo and the new person. don't walk away just yet. Don't walk away just yet. They gotta let their guard down, man. They gotta let their guard down. Now, again, you can't make someone let their guard down. You can't make somebody open up and be vulnerable. You can't make somebody do anything. However, you can influence the situation, energetically. So what I would recommend doing is whenever it's appropriate, which, that's slippery as hell in and of itself, do the best you can to let it be known that you're safe to open up to me. Like, are you still having a hard time moving on from your last relationship? It's cool. Hey, it's totally cool. I'm not judging you for it. I totally get it. But just to let you know, you can totally talk to me about it if so. I've been through it before too. You are safe to talk to me about anything. I'm not going to judge you because of how you're feeling. I'm not going to judge you because of what you're going through. If you're still having a hard time letting go of the past person, hey, that is totally 100% cool. You can talk to me about it, and do the best you can to let them know they can let their guard down with you. But again, you can't make them do it. If you have put forth all the energy, work, and effort to make 100% sure that this person knows that they're safe to open up and be vulnerable with you, and they still choose not to, then that's when you might want to start thinking, okay, well, do I even need you in my fucking life then? Something's going on with you. There's something going on deep, deep, deep down in there. And I've let you know that you can talk to me. But it just kind of seems like you don't really want to open up to me. So we're not really connecting at that level. I'm not really digging that. I don't really want to be with somebody who doesn't really want to open up to me and is just shutting me out, Yeah. So I would make an effort in that area first before you decide to walk away. Unless you just don't want to. Hey, if you're like, nah, fuck that. I shouldn't have to go through all that. Okay, well, walk away then. Okay, that's cool. But you don't have to. There is potential for this to be successful. Y'all just going to have to make it through that first hump, All right. Let's see what's coming in next for the singles. Who's the next person coming in for the single Leos? Woo! Ace of Cups. Straight out the gate, man. Ooh, Page of Swords reversed. Fool card. Uh-oh, Devil card. 9 of Wands. 7 of Swords. Ooh, so I do kind of feel like this is somebody that you know. Or somebody that you know of. Because it kind of feels like they've had their eye on you for a while, and they've been waiting on an opportunity to slide up in there and bust their move. Man, we got the 7 of Swords and the King of Wands and the Devil card all in one spread. Ain't really a way to work around that. It doesn't, let me just put it to you like this. It doesn't really look like this person's number one priority is to settle down and build a life partnership. Man, they might be love bombing you though. 8 of Wands, Ace of Cups. They might be love bombing the shit out you. I think they're fresh out of a relationship. Possibly for some of you. Tower card reversed, death card reversed. Yeah. This is a classic example of a relationship just ended and I'm trying to fill a void. Okay. Or maybe for some of you, they've been waiting on your relationship to end. And maybe for those of you who just recently came out of a relationship, now they about to slide up in there, you know? I don't know. I think the most important thing is, though, is King of Wands reverse, Seven of Swords, Devil card. Okay, well, we got their feelings, intentions, and all that shit in the first spread. Let's go ahead and jump to an outcome spread. Let's see how this plays out. How's this playing out? What's the outcome here? Oop, there it is. Okay. Nine of Swords reversed. King of Wands. There it is. Hierophant. I think this is a test. I was looking for it in the first spread, but it finally came out here. This is a test. And the High Priestess. Whoops. High Priestess and the Hierophant. These two are masculine and feminine counterparts. And it does have to do with learning spiritual lessons, maintaining, faith and whatnot. But I think this is a test. Now, are you passing the test? I think so. I think so. I think you're going to pass this test with flying colors. Okay, Devil card reversed. You're not letting yourself get hooked in to a sex-based connection with somebody that's love bombing you, telling you all the shit you want to hear, trying to butter your biscuits and shit. I don't think you're doing that. You've done that in the past, and you learned your lesson. So this time, you ain't playing that game. Okay. Well, is there any advice? That don't sound like it needs advice, but let's just see if any advice wants to come through. The World card. Well, at the end of the day, it's time for you to start a new cycle and level up. So you'll always be tested when it's time to level up. Always. You'll always be tested when it's time to level up. I can't really think of a talking point that I haven't already used for a situation like this. But again, Magician card, what did we talk about at the beginning of the video? Monitor your vibration, monitor your frequency. Just pay attention to that feeling you get when you first connect with somebody. Pay attention to it. Pay attention to the feeling. Don't let somebody's words and, actions and whatnot override the feeling. Don't do that. Do the best you can to step back and observe everything. And when you're feeling that feeling like something might be off, don't ignore that. Don't ignore that. Don't ignore that. I wouldn't extend or accept any kind of offer. Love offer, sex offer, while that feeling of uncertainty is still running rampant. under under your subconscious. Again, do you believe that when you finally meet your divine life partner, you'll be confused about whether or not you can trust them? I promise you, you will not. I promise you, you will not. I'm not necessarily saying that when you meet your person, you're going to know that they are the one. I don't really subscribe to that. Some people do. I've seen a lot of evidence to the contrary. I'm not saying you're going to know they are the one, but you will know you can trust them. You will know what their intentions are. You'll know that much. You may not know anything else. Don't know nothing else about you. But I know I can trust you. Look for that feeling. Okay? Now, I'm not saying just cut and run, boot, scoot, and boogie as soon as something feels funny. But take a mental note. When something starts feeling funny, take a step back and monitor that feeling. Every time we talk, every time we meet up, every time we're around each other, I'm monitoring that feeling. And if that feeling never goes away, because hey, maybe there's a possibility that I was just having a bad day. Maybe you were just having a bad day. Give it some time to see if that feeling wants to go away. If that feeling don't ever go away, pay attention to it. Okay? All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Leo family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, the information for personal readings is right down there in the description. All right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity.